I'm Kendra. Here's our host. A man whose idea of dressing up is wearing a necktie over a tank top. Gary Monterosso.
And thanks for that lovely introduction. Gary Monterosso here. Welcome to What's on Tap. One of the, most frequent questions that I've been asked this summer has to do with the status of beer events, beer festivals. And by and large, most of them have been, in fact, postponed or canceled completely. Some of the, most prestigious ones here in the Delaware Valley include the Atlantic City Beer Festival, which was originally scheduled for April and now was moved back to early August, and in fact was postponed until 2021. The Philadelphia All-Star Craft Beer, Wine, and Cocktail Festival, which I absolutely love, was scheduled for the tail end of September. I believe it was September 25th. The Phillies are resuming play, and they now have that home date, that date scheduled as a home baseball game. But that wasn't the real reason. Again, it has to do with the fact that crowds are not allowed to gather in Philadelphia, and that's going to be indefinitely. But that event will be taking place in 2021. It is fantastic. Summer Swelter in Pittman, New Jersey, again, one of my favorite events, which was to take place in the middle of August, again, raising money for charity. Not going to happen. It's going to be pushed back to 2021. So that's what people are asking me. What happened? When you get together, try some beers, and get together and see some friends. That being said, I've given you all the bad news, but I believe there is potentially some good news. And we have a man here that's going to be talking with us about that. That is it would be the second, Dennis, you have to correct me on this, the second annual Delaware Beer Festival. Dennis Carradine, is that correct?
That is correct. It is the second annual Delaware Beer Fest. Our first was obviously last year. Turned out very well, and this year we actually we've had it scheduled for a couple of different times, and like you were saying, we thought we would have to cancel it completely, but we didn't. We have moved on. We've moved it from the date that we had. It was supposed to be August 22nd, but the masterminds behind it all sat around, talked, yelled, screamed, cried, all that, and we are having it October 3rd.
Okay. That's an update for me even.
That's an update for, I just literally got that date prior to talking with you today. Just literally got it about 20 minutes ago. But it is on, and we have the second annual Delaware Beer Fest. You heard it first here. We heard it first on What's on Tap.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate the update. Thank you so much. And I do want to mention this. Now, the location is very unique. I love this location. I've not been to this facility, but I understand it used to be part of the DuPont estate, Dennis.
Yeah, this was, so it's at the Figure 8 Barn in Bellevue State Park in North Wilmington, right off of I-95. This was the horse stables for the DuPont family at one point. And when you think horse stable, I don't know what people envision with a horse stable. I don't envision a 20,000 square foot facility. But
nor do I.
This is what this barn is. It's amazing. And they have this beautiful area up front, outside of the barn, that we're going to utilize for our, the guidelines with some social distancing. But we're making this Delaware Beer Fest a little bit different from last year. We're making it a very exclusive, high-end type of beer fest that we're going to do the social distancing. We're going to have different times for people to come in. So the crowd will be smaller, but they're going to be walking away with a ton of merch, a ton of swag. We're looking at walking away with exclusive beers, tasting exclusive beers. So we're developing this into almost like a gala sort of event that people could come out and really, really enjoy.
So we're saying that from things that are negative, from negative aspects, we can turn them around and make a positive from them. It sounds like what you're doing. I mean, I applaud you, and I guess we have to include the state of Delaware for working with you on this. Is that correct?
Absolutely. They, and you got to look at the challenges. I know that everybody's upset, and my real job, if I have that side gig of working at a beer fest, my real job, I'm a trauma therapist, and we look at the government right now and say, look, they're shutting us down. They're not doing this. This is affecting everybody. And for the state of Delaware, for Parks and Recreations to say, look, we want to help as much as possible as long as you're safe and you follow these guidelines. I have to applaud them. I have to thank them for even allowing us to think about doing something like this.
Let's get at two areas that I want to explore. First of all, you mentioned earlier the social distancing. Now, are you going to do this based on split time schedules? Are you going to have 2-3 sessions? How are you going to be doing this specifically, Dennis?
It's definitely 2 sessions, possibly 3 sessions.
Okay, so that's still to be determined, right?
Yep. I believe it's strongly we're at 2 sessions. You know, me personally, because I think that's being Italian. You want to serve everybody as much as possible. I would love to do a 3rd session, but between sessions we have to clean and sanitize and do the guidelines to follow. And Delaware has kept the 250 person outside ruling and has added a few more, so you can get up to 350 outside. So we're looking at that exclusive, and you mentioned the All-Star Craft Beer, Wine, and Spirits Festival. Our partners with Ray and Jeff and Dennis with upcoming events are helping us make this kind of dream a reality, to say, look, we can have an event during COVID-19 pandemic and have a safe event, but have an event that people are going to love.
Well, Dennis, I think you know my thoughts on upcoming events and Ray. I mean, they are absolutely, Ray is just the best. I think the world of him. He's a fantastic guy. We've had him on our show, and he is just doing a remarkable job, as is the company Upcoming Events. Love